Staples naked on the ground, silenced by the sound of nothing left but your heart-shaped hole. The ribs had you caged until the fates showed me her and you hit the sky. We've been here before, but if I'm honest, back then I wasn't sure of what I wanted. A helium heart, I won't wait for you to come down. Helium heart, I know this time around it's a never-ending, no pretending ever after kind of love for my helium heart she found. Staircase littered with your shrouds, climbs to the clouds, spiraling out of your heart-shaped hole. I was holding you in, but time and again I let you out and I called you back. We've been here before, but if I'm honest, back then I wasn't sure of what I wanted. Helium heart, I won't wait for you to come down. Helium heart, I know this time around it's a never-ending, no pretending ever after kind of love for my helium heart she found. We've been here before, but if I'm honest, back then I wasn't sure of what I wanted. A helium heart, I won't wait for you to come down. Helium heart, I know this time around it's a never-ending, no pretending ever after kind of love for my helium heart she found. A helium heart she found. Closing the door of your closet, you said, 'cause you're scared that the monsters you saw as a child might see inside. Remember the night when we snuck out in the rain, just like a wave I took you in, but you pushed me further away. Never told me how you got those scars on your shoulder. I bet you wrote no hands on your bike, a tomboy, goofball, and a player. Spent so much time, but I don't think that we will grow older. Mom and Dad didn't work out, and you swore that you'd never reside in his arms and call him home. Where did you go? What I do wrong? I haven't slept through the night since you moved away. Trying to keep my composure, but something feels heavy on me. He's sleeping in your bed at night as you're acting kinda standoff. Never told him about the time our car broke down in Colorado. You looked me in my eye and said that you love me. I know that means something. Where did you go? What I do wrong? What